Welcome everybody to a look at a new release from Eureka, and it is 1995's The Adventurers. Now this is directed by Ringo Lam. I've seen 8 of his other films, favourites being the likes of Burning Paradise, Full Alert and Undeclared War. So this is an action film clocking in at 110 minutes long. Stars the likes of Andy Lau, who I've seen in 15 other films. He's one of the most prolific Hong Kong actors that I've seen anything from. Favourites from him being like House of Flying Daggers, Infernal Affairs, and A Moment of Romance. Also stars Jacqueline Wu, who is also in A Moment of Romance, right alongside Andy Lau. And finally, got the likes of Rosamund Kwan, who was in Undeclared War, Casino Raiders alongside Andy Lau, as well as Tiger Cage 2. So, after the murder of his parents and sister at the hands of the villainous gun running billionaire Ray Lau, crack fighter pilot Yan vows revenge. So, yeah, this is a far more character based effort than I anticipated. But you couple that with the plentiful action scenes, and what you ultimately have is a satisfying and entertaining effort in equal measure. The cast is also good, the production is solid, the action scenes are well handled. There's a scene at the end where it kind of feels like a sort of miniature version of the helicopter raid in Apocalypse Now, although this time it is jets that are doing the most of the destruction. So yeah, feels somewhat of a smaller version of that, but it's all well done. The pacing is on point, the characterization is decent, and it is well shot with some also nice editing in terms of like flashbacks into cutting between the current events. So yeah, overall, really well done, and I like this slipcover artwork that they've got going on here, which is new artwork by Time Tomorrow. The one issue I do have with this release is the slipcover artwork, which can't be changed because it is only on the one side. And this slipcover artwork is the original artwork that was used for the film, and it makes no sense whatsoever because those twin towers, which were around still in 1995, do not exist in this film at all. They don't show up. They aren't mentioned. It's not even set in New York City because the only city that this film is set in the US is San Francisco. And I'm no genius, but even I know that the Twin Towers did not exist in San Francisco. So, yeah, not entirely sure why they're there at all, to be honest. And I'm sure some people will have an issue with the fact that it's got airplanes right near the Twin Towers for obvious reasons. I'm personally not bothered about that. I'm bothered about the fact that it's quite clearly a lie, to be honest. And to be honest, and quite frankly, having say the Golden Gate Bridge in the background obviously wouldn't also make no sense because the jets don't appear near the Golden Gate Bridge at all. But at least it would be in part of where the film is set, and the Golden Gate Bridge hardly looks awful or anything as far as a visual piece of engineering goes. So yeah, I have no real rhyme or reason for why that poster is that poster, to be honest. And it's not one like you can, I said, you can swap round because it has no reversible sleeve artwork. Does have a disc though, which is in black, which is nice enough. We also have a booklet with this release. We have a couple of shots from the film. And yeah, also have inside casting your crew. We have one write up in this booklet. We have Unconventional Heroism, The Moral Dilemmas of Revenge in the Adventurers by Aaron Han Yoon Mugnan Park. Hope I'm saying that name right. So yeah, it does do things in terms of the revenge genre really rather quite differently in this film, which I also found enjoyable. Deals head on with the kind of consequences or the unforeseen consequences of revenge and the kind of actions that revenge can, put in motion. So yeah, that's really well done, and it's presented in its 185 to 1 aspect ratio as well. So that's cool. And in terms of extras on the disc, well, the film itself has had a brand new 2K restoration, which means you've got a 1080p HD presentation on Blu-ray. The visual quality is perfectly good. It's nothing spectacular, but it is serviceable at the very least. And then we have 3 audio options with this release, all in Cantonese, but we've got the restored Cantonese audio tracks in stereo and DTS HD MA 5.1 optional audio. Then you've also got the option of having the unrestored Cantonese stereo track. On top of that, we've got optional English subtitles, which have been newly translated for this release, new audio commentary by film critic David West, and then two adventurers, new interview with Gary Bettinson, editor-in-chief of Asian Cinema Journal, and then we've also got previously unseen archival interview with writer and producer Sandy Shaw, and finally a theatrical trailer as well as a booklet. So, yeah, overall a solid action film, 4 out of 5. To be honest, it's not my favourite from the 90s by any means, as far as Hong Kong action films go or otherwise. But yeah, outside of the lie that is that poster, this release is overall really, really rather good. And yeah, I like the new slipcover artwork that it's got going on, which yeah isn't entirely representative of the film. You know, these sunglasses, for instance, only really crop up in one scene, but it is a really well solid scene, and yeah, and I like the fact that you've got Andy Lau with a gun cropping up in the reflection of those glasses as well. So yeah, but overall, yeah, a really rather good one. Not my favourite Ringo Lam film by any means. The three I mentioned earlier are still my favourites from him. And as far as Andy Lau films go, again, doesn't quite match those. But it's still a perfectly good and entertaining action film, and one that I do recommend seeing. But if you have seen it before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. Nonetheless, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.